are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And before we get into our reviews, we do have some things to discuss. Now, before we get into Scratch Off's album, she has been accused for copying Cardi B's rollout. Fans are dragging Scratch Off on social media, especially since she does not have Cardi B, but Doja Cat, who I told y'all was on the album. I told y'all Doja Cat and Scratch Off had a collaboration. But that's neither here nor there. Cardi B has been allegedly removed off the album. And fans are upset, saying that she has copied Cardi B. Now, a fan said, but MFs on this app really act like Cardi has zero impact on female rap. Due to Cardi B doing Paper Magazine during her rollout, Scratch Off did Paper Magazine for her rollout for her album. Cardi B has done a CD signing tour during her album rollout. Still couldn't beat 228. Scratch Off is doing a CD signing tour, mini tour, and probably won't even sell more than 50,000 first week. But fans are calling that out. Another fan said the standard. The ops always copying, but my thing is, if you're no longer cool or still mad, why are you copying Cardi's entire rollout? Fans also have been saying that Scratch Off intentionally got pregnant to use the baby to sell her album, sell records, just like Cardi B has done before. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Here's my thing. I feel like Cardi B did not start the trend to do album signings, to, do meet and greets, whatever. She did not start that trend. Artists used to do that back in the day before social media became very popular. Okay? And there are a lot of big artists that still don't do a lot for a rollout. You don't see Olivia Rodrigo, who has a album coming, doing this. Beyonce doesn't. Kendrick Lamar didn't. Like, artists that don't necessarily have to interact with the fans to sell records don't, and they still sell. So to me, I feel like we've seen Nicki and Drake do CD signings. Didn't J. Cole just do a meet and greet where he was driving around in a Honda Civic, meeting up with fans so that way they could purchase his album? I don't understand why people are only giving credit to Cardi B. She's not innovative, okay? She has a whole team. And on top of that, this was done before social media kind of took over. Now, young pissy face Carisha will be receiving 500,000 lashes. She decided to shade JT and tweet, "Spend that" by young pissy face Carisha is predicted to debut at number 67 on Billboard Hot 100. It will mark her second solo entry on the chart, the most for any ex-City Girl member. Now, all of a sudden, she getting cocky. This is what happens when you stream Diddy's Urinal. Of course, now she gonna be trying to throw shade at JT. And JT hasn't even said anything about her recently. We talking about recently, JT has not. I just don't understand why people dislike JT so much and she don't even be bothering nobody. It's obvious colorism in the fact that she had a relationship, keyword had, a relationship or rapport with Nicki Minaj, which Carisha Toilet Seat never will have. Now, moving on to Scratch Off's album called Big Mama. Since we already reviewed Business and Personal, which is the first song on the album, Get Money Girl is the second song on the album. And I'm going to say that song was probably like a 5 out of 10 for me. You can tell she's trying to get like a club banger, city girl, hot girl summer type of anthem. But I felt like the bars fell flat. The chorus, "Get Money Girl," is fire, but the bars, her verses, were not up to par. So I probably won't be going back to that song, in my opinion. Now, moving on to Scratch Off and Doja Cat, which I told y'all back in January and even, a few weeks ago that they had a collaboration. But the collaboration to me was a little mid. I'll be honest with you. I do feel like Doja Cat might have ate Scratch Off up a little bit with the bars. but it was kind of, I wouldn't say trash, but a little bit boring. This is, I guess, a love anthem towards, 21 Below Average, but I don't know. I wasn't 100% feeling that record either. It just felt like, I would say, lackluster, or I don't know if I would go back to that song and re-listen to it. But I definitely wouldn't say it was trash. What I did notice is that Scratch Off did say in the song Okay, fuck all the bitches, be mine again. I need you right by my side again. Said I forget you, but I'm lying again. Come pick me up and we sliding again. Which alludes to her sharing 21 Below Average. Why are you saying F all these bitches, be mine again if you're not sharing? Interesting. Now, the song Hostage featuring 21 Below Average, I thought that song was a bit mid too. Seems as though Scratch Off got a lot of sex songs in this album. I think that's what got her knocked up in the first place. She needs to focus on her career and less popping that coochie. This is why you're retiring now. Now, 21 Below Average might have to receive 50,000 lashings because he said in Hostage, rich as a bitch, but I be in the hood so much. She calling me Trayvon. My hood hoe making me grits. I get my fried rice. Okay? Now, first of all, who is the hood hoe? Because Scratch Off definitely not a hood hoe. And number two, are we talking about Trayvon Martin? Because that's very disrespectful. Okay, who's Trayvon? I need you to elaborate on that. It better not be Trayvon Martin, so I'm going to have to give you 50,000 lashings for that disrespectful bar. And it wasn't even a good bar. That bar was trash. But just in case, it could be his friend Trayvon, because I don't know who he talking about. He should elaborate, because that bar wasn't that great. So you need to elaborate on that bar. Hopefully we're not talking about Trayvon, but I'm going to give you 50,000 lashings just in case. Death Row is another love song to 21 Below Average. Just boring at this point. Like, I'm halfway through the album almost, and it feel like she just paying homage to her baby daddy 21 Below Average. Like, we get it. You love 21 Below Average. You on death row. You're not going nowhere. Even if he's married or got other women in the picture, is clear as day. You don't have to make a bunch of songs about it. You sound like a loser. No shade. It's like, how many songs is she gonna mention 21 Below Average or say how much she loved her man? Like, goodness gracious. I don't know who's worse, her or Megan Thee Stallion. Now, Chrome Heart Diaper Bag is probably one of the few songs I do like on the album. And allegedly, she is throwing shade at Cardi B for calling her a pussy. She said, I got hoes all types of mad. I heard these bitches don't like me. Good, cause I ain't nothing like your ass. I've been shitting on hoes for so long, never got a diaper rash. Now, this could be shade at Cardi B. Then she said they could get the same surgery, still can't make another me. Drinking water, I got clear skin. I don't see these bitches getting underneath. Okay? Now, who's getting surgery to look like Scratch Off? Okay? Definitely not Cardi B, because Scratch Off looked better than Cardi B, and Cardi B's ugly. So it can't be her. She's out. Is it Ice Spice? Then she also said, I'm so fucking cold, I could put your goat in a choke. John Cena. Every time I hop out the shower, he gonna get behind it like the line leader. Okay? Now, who is the goat that she's referring to? She can't be talking about Nicki Minaj, but she could be talking about Cardi B, because a lot of people consider Cardi B to be the GOAT. Dumb people, but still people nonetheless. Then she stole a Nicki Minaj bar. She said, and your ghostwriter needs another reader. Since 16, I've been on the beat. This shit was a dream. Now I can't stop smiling. Bunna B. Now, who could she be talking about here? Your ghostwriter needs another reader. Didn't Nicki Minaj say that in the Super Freaky Girl remix? Didn't Nicki Minaj say, I ain't talking Spanish when I say señorita? Told that bitch ghostwriter, Person Fontaine, yo, send your reader. Okay, so she took a Nicki Minaj bar. She needs to give Nicki Minaj a writing credit for that. You can't just steal bars and not give credit. Now, in Give Me That, Scratch Off was being delusional. She said, you all I want, all I need, call you my twin, the J to my B. Now, Scratch Off, I do have to give you 50,000 lashes. You were nowhere near Beyonce's level. This hoe said the J to my B. That's crazy. Like, she's fucking delusional. 21 is nowhere near Camel Face's level. You nowhere near Beyonce's level. These rap girls gotta stop with the lies and the delusion. She clearly was on drugs when she wrote that bar. I was so confused. I said the J to my B. Don't you mean the Offset to your Cardi or the Stefan to your Cardi? And allegedly, she took more shots at Cardi B. She said, talking about buying Big Mama a bag like my nigga ain't already bought it. Like my nigga ain't coming off racks. Big bank over here, big facts. Then she said, wish a bitch would get in the booth. I'm calling up Playboy Max. Now, if you guys remember, Cardi B apologized for calling Scratch Off a coochie and offered to buy her a bag. But it looks like Scratch Off publicly is not going to accept the bag. She might have privately accepted Cardi B's apology, but publicly she's saying F her. But I've been told y'all Scratch Off fully hasn't forgiven Cardi B. I've been told y'all that. But let me know if you think Parson Fontaine's writer will clap back. But maybe because in the song Give Me That, she's talking about her relationship. Maybe she was referring to men offering to buy her bags or fly her out. So if she's talking about that, then still 21 below average ain't richer than the NBA players or the other rappers that probably be in her DMs. No shade. Now, I actually liked the song On That as well, or On It, whatever you want to call it. I like that record. That song is a bop, but I'm thinking, why does she keep mentioning Camel Face and Beyonce? Like, I don't know. There's something to that. She said in that song, feel like Jay, I'm chasing B. Pulling out the May in the middle of the spring. My money and matcha the only thing green. Okay? So it feel like she keep name dropping Camel Face and Queen Bee. Like, what is she trying to do? Is she trying to get a feature or something? I feel like, why are you all of a sudden mentioning them in songs now? You know what I'm saying? Because you in 21 below average, never going to be Camel Face and Beyonce. So stop. So I don't know if you're trying to speak it into existence. It's never going to happen. So you don't have to speak on them anymore. I don't want to see you mention them anymore in any other songs. Now, Falling For You was another trash song on the album, but she keeps mentioning hoes being in her way when it comes to her in 21 below average. She says, I hope these hoes don't get in my way. I don't even want to hear you tell a bitch, hey, I don't want to hear that I'm insecure. I'm pretty and pay like Eazer. Okay? Now, here's my thing. I'm like, clearly there's other women in the picture because she keep mentioning other hoes and bitches getting in the way. She did that in another song that we already revealed. So I feel like Scratch Off kind of going outside in my opinion. And the song wasn't that great. I don't like when she sings like that. Now, Sexy Red on Need Love 2, trash. The song was mid. That's all I really have to say about that song. Now, Make Me featuring Mariah the Scientist. I actually do like that song. So far I really like 3 songs on the album. So Make Me is kind of fire, but again, she been talking about 21 below average the whole album. I have a theory that Big Mama is a nickname that 21 below average gave Scratch Off, and she's just obsessed with this persona that he sees of her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like she talking about 21 below average the whole album. I get it, you're his baby mama now, but it's like, girl, do you have anything else to talk about? Now, Scratch Off did talk about 21 below average cheating on her, as we already know he's married. And Anxious, which features Odile and WizKid, she said, I know you got hoes acting like you hold something, thinking you lying when you tell me I'm the only one. When I ask you who that is, don't be playing dumb, okay? So it looks like Scratch Off, despite, public perception, she's still trying to figure out if she's the only one with 21 Below Average, and I think it's clear as day that she's not. Now, for L or For Life, I guess that's what it's called, featuring Tiana Taylor, another song about 21 Below Average, which I thought was corny. The song Mama featuring Jelly Roll was also trash. I don't like that type of country bumpkin music. And in a lot of the songs, it seemed like she just talking about 21 Below Average. Like, my whole thing is, you're a baby mama. You're not even married. Stop with the lover girl music all the time. Her and Megan Thee Stallion do too much of that, okay, when you're not getting rings. In the song Daddy's Interlude, she said, "To this day, I'd rather play fair than lose than to win my cheating. I got my own on the way now, and I can't wait to teach her." Okay, so allegedly she had a girl. Now, overall, I wasn't really impressed with the album. It felt like it was a homage she was paying to 21 Below Average, maybe because she made it while she was pregnant. But I'm like, every song don't have to be about him, because you've been talking about this man for 5 years now. Like, it's not like he put a ring on it. He knocked you up. He got 2 other baby mamas, 3 other kids. You not special. No shade. It was like, I don't know. I feel like it was a lot of love songs that just did not need to be there, in my opinion. And some of the love songs were mid. No shade. But I did like a few records. I would give this like maybe like a 4 out of 10. I appreciated the Cardi B wax. She definitely deserved to be whacked a few times. But other than that, I feel like the overall album was lackluster. There wasn't enough bars. Okay, it was just a lot of sex talk and her talking about 21 Below Average. What I did notice is where the Champagne Thickums collaboration that they was working on. Did Champagne Thickums not clear his verse? Okay, but in hindsight, he did drop 3 albums, and he would have oversaturated with another collaboration. We really don't need Drake dropping any more music for the rest of the year, to be quite honest, because he already dropped 3 albums and 2 of them are mid. Now, Megan threw some shots at Klay Thompson on the remix she did for Boss Man D-Lo for the Motion Party remix. Did y'all listen? She said, "I ain't going through no phones. That shit stupid. If I catch a nigga cheating on me, it's deuces." Okay, and as we know, Klay Thompson, Partisan Fontaine, also Torrey Craig, all cheated on Megan Thee Stallion, and she left. The only thing, though, allegedly she found out through the phone. So I don't know if I believe the line that she don't be going through the phones, because allegedly she do. But overall, the remix was okay. I don't listen to Boss Man D-Lo like that. But, it's a fun record. Probably gonna get played in the clubs, but I don't really listen to Boss Man D-Lo at all. Now, Tyla, Game Time with Future for the FIFA World Cup was fire. Okay? She was kind of rapping on the song. I don't know if y'all noticed, but she was in her Riri bag, kind of rapping and singing on the song. I feel like the song is fire. I don't know if it's going to really be a hit, but it definitely is a good song. I like Tyla and Future together. They should do something outside of this, because it's really a good song overall. I give this song maybe like a 7 out of 10. And we ain't done yet. We still got to review Ariana's Hate That I Made You Love Me single that she put out. In my opinion, the song is good, right? But I don't think it should have been made a single. Like, I don't think that this should have been the lead single. But the song is not bad. It's not trash. I wouldn't even really say it's mid, even though I feel like she toned it down a bit, right, on this song. But I feel like it wasn't meant to be a lead single, because I feel like a lot of people may say that this single is boring. I feel like that's going to be some people's reactions to hearing it. Like, I can play this, but I don't know if I would put this in my playlist. I don't know if it should have been a lead single. And then Katy Perry for the Legendary Lovers remix featuring Chief Keef. It was trash to me. Katie sounds amazing, but I don't listen to Chief Keef. I can't stand the obnoxious auto-tune that he does. I don't think that this was necessary, but I think that Chief Keef and Katie thought it was going to cause a lot of controversy because if you guys remember, they had beef years ago. Now, if you guys remember, Katie said, just heard a new song on the radio called I Hate Being Sober. I now have serious doubt for the world. Then Chief Keef responded and said, that B word Katy Perry can suck the skin off my D. And he said, I'll smack the shit out of her, which is not nice. Very violent. Shocked that he got away with saying that about a white woman. Then he said, new song Katy Perry coming soon. Then she said, I'm a fan of your Don't Like video, to be honest. I was really just having a general opinion on our generation's desire to be constantly intoxicated. And then she did apologize on X as well and said, Mr. Keef, I'm sorry if I offended you. I heard a lot of people guesting on the song and didn't even know it was you in particular, actually, ... So now they decided to make a song together, like basically over 10 years later, but we don't care. Okay, the song is not that great to me. Katie needs to retire. No shade. I'm tired of her nonsense. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on Nicki, Champagne Thickums, Camel Face, Beyonce, Jocelyn Hernandez, and Zeus. Who's getting pimped out on Zeus on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day.